Other people's suffering is the source of my joy. Well, I didn't say that. It was famously said by a character of a popular puppet show here in Taiwan. So I would like to say, don't share your troubles or your little secrets with people you don't trust, because 90% of them don't care and 10% of them secretly want to see you suffer. They enjoy your suffer as if they are watching a movie, right? Look on the news, you see all these celebrities, these scandals or stories, marital situation with them, or you see these great, business leaders, and when their business stumble or the market or the business is not doing well, and people like these kind of stories, right? They will broadcast it, sugar coated as a news, but in essence, it is like entertainment to some people to to see others fail, particularly those who are famous, those who are better than them. They would like to enjoy the sense of superiority. The reason I'm sharing this is that I think I have a story. I used to work in a very open team where the vibe and atmosphere is pretty good, and colleagues are pretty close, and we're not just focused on work stuff. So we will share many other things in our life, and the connection is tight. It's more like a little bit more than just only colleagues, but maybe friends even maybe. And I had this colleague who I would say he was very transparent about his life. He would share many other things, particularly things that troubles him. And he was saying that he's going through a very tough time with his wife. They have these fights all the time. Not just verbal fights, but also physical fights as well. He would show us his wounds or scratches on his arm when he goes to work, and he would share he's got a kid and who is going through puberty and very disobedient, and his wife and this kid would group together to fight against him. So he doesn't like going home. He feels like very stressed, and there's no one to listen to him for his troubles and no one to comfort him. So he goes on to share these stories with details with us. And I think he was just trying to find an outlet for his emotions, for his struggles, and maybe he was also looking for some comfort from people, right? But the truth is, how close we are, but we're still colleagues. And we cannot fix your problems because everyone's situation might be different. Every family is different. Every person is different. Every couple is different. So if you're seeking advice, then just be very careful about what you've been offered. And the truth is, come to think of it, many of the advice offered by the colleagues are truly terrible because they don't understand his situation. They're giving him like broad or very, determining advice. So it's very arbitrary, I would say. So this is doing him a disservice, and that is the first thing. And the second thing is that actually you are not, by pouring this out to a group of people, you are not healing yourself. You are not helping yourself, because this will just become something, a material for some other people to talk about. And also, everybody will have this perception of you going through a tough time. in your life, or you having domestic troubles, and people will see you differently. I would say that's human being. We have to admit that. So I would say if you really wanted to find someone to talk to about our problems, be very selectively. Do so very selectively. So find people who you can really rely on, who can trust you, who understand our life situations, and who can give us like practical or really usable and suitable advice. And that is the first thing. And secondly, I think the better yet is to consult ourselves, because I think many times deep down we really know what we needed to do and how we gonna find a way through all this mist of suffering and troubles. So I would say journal, because as we are writing, we are crystallizing the mass of information, the mass of mental disorder, or mental let's say mental mass. We are crystallizing into as a form of text, and we see much clearly what are our troubles and what are our situations. And better yet, keep a journal, writing down your troubles, and it will give you clarity, it will give you visibility, and you will think more clearly. This is more like a dialogue with ourselves. And better yet, in certain time, for example, 3 months, 6 months, and you revisit your old entry, and you will gain a completely different perspective as you look back on what you were going through. Maybe maybe things went for the better. Maybe you find some learning from what you were facing, or maybe you discover that 95% of your worries or troubles didn't come true. Yeah, so journaling is like documenting our life journey. And this is really helpful to give us our clarity, give us this a channel for intercommunications, for interdialogue. So that's what I think would be truly beneficial. And at the end, I think we as human beings, as individual, we are actually only the one who could fix our own problems. All the advice or the commenting from external world can just be a guide, or can just be a feedback for you to think more deeply and to reflect more holistically. But at the end, I would say keep the troubles or concerns or suffering to ourselves, and continue to grow as a person and to work with yourself, going through this journey of life. So remember, for some people, your suffering is the source of their entertainment, the source of their joy.